In 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was...
Do not do it. Do not follow Jada Pinkett Smith down the rabbit hole. I already tried to, and thank God I got back out. This whole thing makes no logical sense. And I was trying to explain illogical statements, and I couldn't. And so I was getting frustrated. How do I do this?
I definitely understand why it would look that way.
And I decided, Graeme, just stick to logic. So, yeah. So this is the big revelation that Jada Pinkett Smith revealed on a Today Show this morning about her marriage with Will.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Now that is not new information. They revealed that as part of the Red Table Talk back in July 2020.
4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Started I think it was about 4 years ago. And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Now they did that then because their hand was forced, because there was reports out there that Jada had an affair with August Alsina.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
It was presented as Jada and Will come to the table, but really, Jada was the one getting slandered in the press for, being a cheater or being an adulterer. So the Red Table Talk was meant to improve Jada's image, and they're going to do that by revealing something in their personal life.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time.
We basically, we broke up.
So the idea was that, okay, if we go on and tell people that we were separated, then some people will let me off the hook, so to speak, because it'll be like, we were on a break! So that'll reduce the amount of people that are calling me a cheater. So that's what they do.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
Then the new shocking revelation today.
Not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
In all these clips, I kept having to remind myself that when she says divorce, they're not actually divorced. All of this is they're still legally married. They were still married in 2016. They're still married in 2020. They're still married in 2023. That hasn't changed. So all this stuff of like, we've been hiding something, all you've been hiding is you changed the word that you're referring to yourself as. You're still legally married this whole time.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce.
But now you're calling yourselves divorced.
We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
So you're saying you did work through something and now you're at a place where you're calling yourselves divorced, or you're worked through something and now you're still married, so that's a good thing? I don't know.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Now this gets even more muddled, because Jada also does a People magazine interview, and she acknowledges that there have been times where there's been problems in their marriage.
I was actually thinking about divorcing, separating. I mean, there have been several of those.
Now within those questionable periods before 2016, there were times that they were living apart.
And where we've gone and lived our separate lives.
Now Jada says when people in their lives learned about their living apart situation, they would jump to a conclusion.
People might have thought that, oh, they must be having an open relationship.
Huh? Like, one, people that are in relationships live apart all the time, and people are thinking, oh, they must be sleeping with other people. No, of course not. I've heard the rumor for years, Jada, that you and Will are in an open relationship way before 2016. I wasn't hearing that rumor because people saw that Will was shooting a movie in another city. No one ever think that. No, people saw someone go into Will's trailer in another city, then they thought you were in an open relationship.
We just didn't want people to know the dynamic of what was happening between us. We didn't think that that was anybody else's business.
Will and Jada are not stupid people. The things that they're saying here are so stupid. And so to try to make sense of it, you can't make sense of it. So I'm done trying to figure this out. It is Jada and Will were legally married in 2016, legally married in 2020. They're still legally married in 2023.
I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Now the reason she has this revelation today, that really is not a revelation at all, is that she's selling a book. That's the reason she's doing this now. It's for money.
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership.
So you haven't revealed it before this because for the last 7 years, you've been figuring out how to live as legally married, divorced people. And now you do know how to do that for 7 years. It just happens to be good timing with your book coming out.
right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this revelation that Jada is trying to tell us is a revelation, but isn't a revelation at all? But she has a book to sell, so.
It's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in, and the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent. Just being transparent.